Okay, so I'm just testing if I am audible or not, and we are just going to get started now. Yes, so I see that I'm audible. I'm just going to share my screen, and then we are just going to get started. I again suggest all of us join us on YouTube. That's better. Okay, cool. So actually, I have shared two links with everyone. So please, I would request again to click on the second link, which is the YouTube link, and that will. So from there, you can actually join us. We are just getting started. Okay, cool. So I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, can you just leave a comment on the YouTube chat window, just to make sure that you can actually hear me right now. Okay, I'll just refresh the page, and just to make sure that you are able to hear me. Okay, so Chinmay can hear me, so that means all of us can hear me. So I'm just going to get started. Great. So this webinar, we are going to talk about social media, okay, and especially how to use social media to generate leads, and from leads to sales, okay. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself. So my name is Amitav Verma, and I'm the founder of AMP Digital Solutions Private Limited. We started this company about 1.5 years ago, and we perform some digital marketing execution. So we are kind of an agency. At the same time, we also provide training on digital marketing, social media, and everything. Before starting, I worked for Google for about 7.5 years in various roles. The last one was managing the small and medium businesses globally for Google, and which was for English speaking countries. And before Google, I was with ICICI Bank, wherein I was in the credit card sales team, and my last role there was a national head for value added services. So till now, in the last 1.5 years, I've trained people from more than 100 odd companies and consulted with some of the brands and leading e-commerce players in India and abroad. So that's a little bit about myself. I think it's important to understand who you are listening from, so that you can also ask me any questions. Also, before we start, one housekeeping thing is that if you are watching this on Hangout, like I would suggest that you go to YouTube. I've sent you the YouTube link as well. And that is one. Second is that the questions, please keep your questions for the end. I'm going to spend about last 5-10 minutes answering your question, and the way to ask your question is by leaving a comment on the comment section just below the YouTube video where you're watching this. There are the comment section, and please leave your questions. I'm going to, at the end of this webinar, I'm going to look up those questions and try to answer as many of them as possible. So those are the two things that I wanted to say. before I get started. So let me check. Okay, so you see that video here, and at the bottom of the video there is this comments column, and you can actually write your questions here. Okay, but and we already have 3 people who have written something, so that's where you write it. Okay, cool. So yeah, so Shilpi Agarwal, I think you are fine. If you are on this page, you are fine. That's all you need to do. Cool. So before we start, just to set the tone of everything, like for a research with Marketo, Marketo is a very large marketing automation company, and they reviewed, researched, or they spoke to a lot of people in who are using social media marketing, and they figured out that all the seasoned marketers, like marketers with more than 3 years of marketing time, reported that 58% of them said that social media has actually helped them increase sales of their products or services. Okay, so there is a huge conception that social media is useful majorly for branding, is useful to spread awareness about the product or services that you have, and not so much as a performance tool, as a tool to generate leads, as a tool to generate sales. Um, and a lot of people have noted that, okay, their sales efforts did not yield results, etc. Now, of course, some of it is very product related, but majorly I've seen that, especially in an area wherein you're looking to generate leads, as well as sales in some of the areas, I have seen social media to be very successful. It is a mass media, and one beautiful thing about this media is that you can do a lot of rich stuff, like you can create videos, promotions, which go much beyond a 30-second ad that you see on TV, or a text ad that you see on newspaper or on search. Okay, so very rich medium, but I think the problem here is that the way we use it and the way we have been using it, I think that's where the issues are. And this webinar, which will end, which will be for about 45 odd minutes, I'm going to look at how to use social media so that we are able to connect with our audiences, get them interested in our products, get them to sign up, generate their leads, and help them to use and buy your products. Okay, so how do we make this possible? Now, before we get started, I mean, the one thing is that I've always seen that a lot of marketing objectives sometimes do not align with the business objectives, and I feel that that should be the first alignment that we should have, and first agreement that we should have, that the business objectives and marketing objectives should be one, or marketing objectives should help drive the business objectives. In cases where they are two, or in cases where they differ, is where this dissonance happens, and doesn't end up very well. And I'll give you some examples. See, business objective is more about revenues, profits, bottom line, top line. It's also about how many customers you have, what's the service look like, etc. Well, sometimes the marketing, especially on social media, is more about how many followers you have on Facebook, on Twitter, how many content you posted. They are more in the woods, how many people you touched, etc. and I think that is where the issue is, that even if activity wise that is what we are doing, at the end of the day we should connect all the marketing activities to business, because that's how we are going to justify investment. Okay, and also marketing is always pre-investment, like you first invest in marketing and then sales happens, then money comes in. So to justify that investment, you need to connect it, and you need to show how many dollars are you making, how much of revenues are you earning, how much of profit are you making. So that connection needs to happen upfront and understood very well by the sales and business leaders, and then things will flow. I think this is one step that all of us should go back and take, and look at our marketing objectives and make sure they're aligned and agreed upon. If you're using some proxies, The one challenge with social media branding awareness kind of activity is that the matrix, the proxy, we have to use some proxies. Like for example, I'm sure people who are in traditional marketing, they are using some proxies to figure out how many people saw their ad when their ad was run on television, right? Nobody's counting exact numbers, like, but they say that okay, so many households saw this ad, or in so many households this newspaper reached. Every household has two people, half of them read it, so they make certain assumptions and they come with something like, okay, here is my reach. So my ad, which came up on the front page of Times of India, reached so many people, and this is the approximate demographics. And then end of the day, you say that okay, because I increased the awareness by such and such percent, my sales would be impacted by such and such percent. And that's how you keep getting your marketing dollars, marketing money. Similarly, I feel that in social media, digital, like, we must come to an agreement. The business must agree that this is the matrix that we are going to follow. If my post was seen or engaged by so many people on Facebook, I believe that of these people, so many people are going to look at my, or come to my website or look at my products, even offline. So many are going to end up buying. This is my profit, so that you can actually replow that money back into marketing. So this is the first step, I believe, and there's a whole lot of literature, and I'm very happy to look at if you have any questions on this. But after this, once you have decided to use social media, and if social media is a part of your marketing, then the next thing that you should do is pick right platform to start with. Like social media, I must tell you that every other day, every month, I hear about a new platform, and each platform caters to a very specific, very niche audience. So you need to understand and you need to select the platforms, and generally don't stick to one. I always say that have a basket of platforms that you're operating on, because different people like to use different platforms at different points of the day and the week. Okay, some people are very active on Facebook on, say, weekends, are very active on Twitter on the weekdays. They look up LinkedIn, whatever, from their office or whatever it is. So different. So you need to be present on like 5, 6 at least of the social media platforms. Also, the way you select should also be determined by the kind of products that you have to sell. So, for example, if you're a B2B seller, like you're selling to other businesses, or you are somebody who are looking to connect to professionals, LinkedIn is a must, because that's where you get people. For example, if you're a designer, or you make lovely, beautiful cakes, and you want to showcase all those kinds of products, then you must be on a visual platform like Pinterest, like Instagram, and so things like that. If you're an e-commerce person, like you're selling, and you have a e-commerce platform like a Flipkart or an Amazon, then you need to figure out what's the best platform for you. Maybe you can use Facebook, etc., for remarketing, to show ads to people who've already visited your product. And you can do some of the other things like use Shopify, create some stores inside Facebook. Then in that case, Facebook is a must. And then and you can also customize Facebook, the look and feel as per the stores that you have, the branding that you have, and and then from there you can drive traffic to your e-commerce platform and drive sales directly, right? So depending upon, so it's again very dependent upon the kind of business that you have. Then there are certain a lot of other kind of services things, like high-end services, like or say IT. You are like TCS, you're a Cognizant. There you are establishing your leadership in the market by producing great content, and then by researching the content and bringing out white papers, etc. Then you have to be on SlideShare, because that's where you can actually put up all your presentations that people can look up and get amazed and flattered by the kind of things that you're doing. So again, select the platform. I have listed about 6 plus 2, 8 platforms. There are many more, but you select those 5 or 6. But these are the top ones, is how I would say. I'm sure all of us would have heard about Google Plus shutting down, or Google reducing the focus on Google Plus, but still I feel that Google Plus or the features inside Google Plus have a role to play, even going forward. And we will see how Google Plus evolves or disintegrates, whatever it is. But I'm sure we are going to see. And even today, so also in today's thing, I'm going to talk about Google Plus the way it is. Okay, it may change in the future, and we'll see as and when it changes. Okay, but at the same time, I hope all of us are aware of these platforms like Facebook. I'm sure we know Twitter, we know LinkedIn, we know Pinterest. There are like pins that you can have, very visual. Instagram is picture sharing website, which is now being bought over by Facebook. Quora is Q&A, and along with Quora, I would say Reddit. If you have not seen Reddit, Reddit, you must go and check out Reddit. It's one of those better ones. Okay, so after this, I would really uh, yes. So Reddit is good. I was just checking if things are fine on YouTube, just to make sure that there's no issues. Okay, now once you have selected, those 3, 4, 5, 6 platforms, the next thing you should do is think about what is it that I can give to my target audience. Okay, so what are the things? And this is one mistake that people make, is that social media, there's no obligation from anyone, right? So you are not going to get followers or build community just like that. People are time constrained. They can only do so many things at a certain time. So it's always better if you are giving something to them that they want. Okay, so the next task for you should be that to figure out what is it that I can give to my target audience for free. Okay, um, and before you actually ask them to sign up, ask them to look at your product, ask them to actually sign up, or ask them to buy from your e-commerce, first thing you have to do is think, what is it that I'm going to give? Okay, and there are a lot of books written nowadays, but one of the books that Gary Vaynerchuk of Vayner Media, like one of those leading social marketers in the world, has a book called Jab Jab Jab. Like he says that 3 times. I mean, for every time you ask, you must give at least 3 times, and 3:1 is his ratio. But I think you should give away as much as possible before you even go out to asking them to come to your website, visit your website, look up something. Okay, so what can you give to the community? And this can be anything. It need not be some free trial of your product or free samples. I mean, it can also be in the form of certain videos which make people happy about their own self, or happy about the day, or just have a laugh. So you can do happiness, fun. Um, but yeah, but in happiness and fun, I would suggest that you have to make it relevant to the target audience and relevant to what you're doing. It's very easy to pick up some funny videos from here and there and put it up, but those funny videos or whatever fun that you are making or doing should be related to the business that you are in, or should at least be talking to the business that you are in. Okay, no point doing totally irrelevant stuff, because ultimately, even if it's fun, it conveys certain message about what you have done, right? Second is that, can you give them some information, some knowledge, some enlightenment, something new which has happened, or that you know of? So that is very important. And again, people want knowledge. So apart from fun, they look for is information, knowledge, some new thing. And not everything can be your own. It can also be collected, curated from the internet, from various sources, and given to people. Okay, and finally, I think the even more powerful is personal help. Can you help people in your community? The people who come to view your videos, to view your webinars, or on your Facebook, or whatever platform that you choose, whatever kind of community that you make, can you help 1 or 2 people? Okay, and I feel that if you can make a real difference, even to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people, I mean that will give you a huge kick, that will also kickstart your marketing. Okay, and that is where I think you can really say that I am being successful. Okay, if you can personally help a certain person, become better in whatever they are doing. Okay, find a job or do something that they're doing much better. Okay, so I would say that the first thing once you get into social media is think about what can I give to the community. And it need not be very hard giving. It can also be on the softer side, videos, content, whatever it is. So that's the first thing. Okay, second thing is that listen and learn. Like listen to your community. So once you have seeded something, like you have created, you have posted something, you've given something to some people, you're running a contest, content, whatever, listen to what people want. Like listen, read the comments that they're doing. If somebody has a question, respond immediately. Okay, even if these people are not paid to take your service, still respond and respect them. Okay, so listen and learn. And I'm sure a lot of times, like you learn a lot, or you can bring up products, or you can make changes in your products, get new features just by listening to what people are saying. Okay, so listen and learn. And even not going even that far, only when you listen to people, only when you solve people's problems, respond to them, that people will start coming to you more and more. Okay, and I've seen this happen many places. Like one of those uh, you know I was reading this article on this e-learning company called Simply Learn, and his founder, like he was saying how he created a blog meant for people who are doing their PMP certification. He posted some free content. Then he built some videos, and then on his own he got about 2,000 users. And from there, his product started evolving. And today, his company is valued at tens of millions of dollars, maybe $100 million company, right? And it all started with a blog that he wrote. I'm sure there are many other examples, even so in the digital marketing side, there are many examples, but I'm sure there are even examples emerging from e-commerce world. I'm told that one of the largest furniture retailers, I don't remember who, he's stated that 70 to 80% of the sale is happening through Facebook advertising. Okay, so listen and learn. That is very important. And talk less, listen more. And so for every post that you make, or for every comment that you make, you must get 5 to 7 people to respond. Okay, so that should be the ratio. And listening helps you understanding your target audience better. And through this, when you're listening to people, interacting with people, think about the behavior. And when I say behavior, I mean, when are they active? What is their preferred device? Are they coming to you using mobile device, desktop, laptop? What is it that they like, likes, dislikes, their preferences, and all of it in reference, or with reference to the product that you have. Not liking as in that I like this movie or that movie, unless you are in the movie business. I mean, you get your things. So, for example, if I'm selling my course, I have to figure out, do people like classroom courses or online programs, or video programs? Are people price sensitive? What is that threshold? What are the features that my people want? Are they asking for jobs after my training program, or do they want certification? Do they want to connect with their fellow marketers? What is it that people want? And then how do they value those kinds of services, right? And finally, to create more content, I think you should understand what challenges they are facing, your target audience. Okay, and once you get the understanding, of course, your next step is like going back is how can I help them overcome those challenges, solve the problems that they have, so that they can get closer to me. Yeah. Then the third thing is, and this is what is very important, I think. The third point is that social media marketing is a flywheel marketing, and that's something that we have to understand. What is a flywheel? The flywheel is that wheel on which we sit, and it goes round and round. That London Eye, it's that flywheel. And one thing about flywheel is that to get it started, it needs a lot of effort. Let's say if the flywheel is very large, it can seat some 30 people, so you can understand the effort. And if you have to do it manually, you have to understand the effort that you have to make to get it started. I think that is what social media marketing is all about. So initially you have to put in lots and lots and lots of effort, and some of it is may not initially be kind of justified by what you are getting back, because initially you have to get it started. So what it needs is good quality content, consistent effort, to get the community kick started. But the second thing is, on the flip side or the good side is, that once it starts to move, once you get 100 people coming to your website every day, then even if there are off days here and there, it doesn't stop. Then it's like a roller coaster. Like, then it gets to move on its own. Okay, it's a little bit like SEO, the search engine optimization. That to get onto Google search results, to get onto the Google first page of search results, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time. But once you get there, then there is no looking back. Then you have to do a certain minimum, or then you have to get into a rhythm, uh, and then you can actually make the magic work. Then it's the momentum, and the momentum will take you even further. Okay, so that is one thing, and to keep on this flywheel kind of a marketing, especially in the initial phases, the effort that you're putting in, it really have to be varied. Like, you have to come up with whatever piece kind of content that you think will be relevant to your customers. Like, you have to come up with whether it's webinars, white papers, infographics. And in doing that, you have to expand your expertise. You may start your journey with 3 things that you know of, or your team knows of, but as you go along, because you have to keep coming up with good things, good webinars, good white papers, good infographics, good events, good Q&A, whatever it is, you have to keep expanding your expertise. You can't say that, okay, these are the only 5 things I know, because the community that you cater to, they may have a broader need, and every person potentially may have a very specific question to ask you. So you have to keep improving your expertise. Also, you have to keep an eye out on your competitors. What are your competitors doing? If your competitors are doing 5 times more than what you are doing, then of course you don't have a chance. Okay, so you have to look around what people are doing, and if people are doing more than you have to, put more fuel in the fire, right? And you can use a whole mix of things. That's the other thing that I tell people is, use a mix of content and formats. So whatever you've written on blog, try to see if there are infographics you can create with that. Try to create presentations, put it on SlideShare, take pictures, put it on whatever, Instagram. You have a blog, then write a blog for your website, then tweet it out, then put it on Facebook, etc., etc. Go to your Quora and answer questions. Go to Reddit and answer questions. Seek ideas. Podcast is something catching up, because nowadays people want to listen to things because they're always connected on phone while traveling, etc. So use a mix of formats, expand your expertise, but remember that initially it's going to take lots and lots of your time. Okay. Okay, and always, while I'm saying that is flywheel and you have to put in a lot of effort, it's always quality over quantity. So if you're an entrepreneur like me and you have a small team, then of course I can't bring out something every day. Maybe I should look at maybe twice every week. But whatever you do, it should be quality, and I feel it should be world class. Don't accept anything below world class in whatever you're doing. Okay, and also at the same time, never spam your followers. Okay, if I have only 2 people and I do twice a week, it doesn't mean that people who have 100 people should start doing something every hour. Okay, then your people will run away, because again, like I said initially, people only have that much time, and in that time they have to do hundreds of things. So they can allocate maybe a few minutes to you every day, but you should not expect more than that. Okay, so that is these thing is that set your rhythm and make it set and predictable. Okay, so if I do this webinar every Wednesday 4 p.m., then you know that is going to happen, and then maybe you will start looking forward to, if you find some value in these webinars, right? So then, even if my mail does not reach you, whatever, you may still log in and see, oh, is something happening? Did I get an intimation from my YouTube, whatever it is. Okay, so rhythm should be set and predictable. Um, and more frequency above a certain point doesn't mean better engagement and results. Actually, more frequency will turn people off. If you're doing a post every hour, I'm sure people will unfriend you, okay, because they'll get bored of hearing from you, okay. But once a day, great content, and people will love it. Okay, so in my this again is like depending upon the nature of the business, whatever it is, but don't do once or twice a day. Okay, don't produce and put content once or twice a day. Okay. Um, Now, having said that, what you should do all the time is connecting with people. Like you must have a goal of saying that, okay, I'm going to reach out to so many people, I'm going to interact with so many people. That should be always on. But coming up with new content, I mean, you should limit it. Yeah, the other thing is that social media is a two-way street, right? And you will see that every time you do something, there will be people who will come back to you with questions. Okay, so engage with your potential customers. Don't let them wait, because I think once they start engaging with you, that's where your convincing process starts. Okay, or maybe they are in the middle of the convincing process. So always feel that social media is not one-way street. Social media is not about putting out content and putting it there, etc. It's about engaging with people. Okay, so you may have questions on how do I engage with people, like I have got this beautiful business and I build these beautiful cars and I post my pictures of cars, etc. How do people come back to me? Okay, so one of the ways we think that actually enhances engagement is by the nature of the content that you put in. So you must have open-ended questions. So sometimes I've seen a lot of people end their post always by asking, that look, I'm going to be speaking here, I'm going to be talking there, I'm going to be presenting now, or here is a new idea, this is the feature that we are releasing. Okay, if you use it, please do come back and tell me how you felt about it. Or this is what I observed. Here's a nice thing. What are your thoughts around this? So always ask open-ended questions. Okay, that always helps in getting people involved with you. Now there is another way that people use, which is to come out with or always pick out certain controversial topics to talk about. Okay, and I would say that if you are representing a brand, try to stay away from it. Don't get into controversies. You can be a success. You can run a successful social media without being controversial. Okay, by asking these questions, seeking opinions, doing polls, opinion polls, and all those things. Okay, and a little bit of this also depends on the kind of the demeanor that you have, the persona that you bring to social media, and that persona should be that of a learner. The moment that you feel that, the moment you project that, okay, we know everything about digital marketing, or we are the here is our expert, he knows everything. The moment you say that, you may switch off certain people. Okay, and you may kind of incite people to challenge this guy and bring him down. Okay, so don't bring that attitude over to social. Have an attitude wherein you are looking to collaborate, you're looking to ask questions, seek opinions, and then move forward. Collaborate essentially. Okay, so that I think is very important when it comes to nature of content, collaboration, engagement is concerned. Okay, and also I say that don't hard sell. Don't ever hard sell on social media. I mean, a little bit of plug-in, a little bit of plug-in here, a little bit of plug-in there is all right, but don't hard sell, because the moment you start hard selling, it turns people off. And only recently I was looking at the kind of videos, YouTube has published some best practices of the videos that do well, the video ads that do well. And one of the first thing that they say is, that YouTube people say is, that if the ad does well, only if it doesn't look like an ad. So the ad that you're producing should not look like an ad. It should look like It should, it should make people laugh. It should make people smile. It should warm people's hearts. And I'm sure if you look at the top 10 or the top 20 ads that you see, you will find that it had that kind of a quality. The quality that makes you feel good or special, or brings out certain emotion. But those things you will not be able to connect to people emotionally if you're just saying that, okay, here is my camera, is my phone, here are the 5 features, this is great camera, great storage, great processor, 5,000 discount, come and buy it. That kind of an ad maybe is helpful when you're looking to convert people, when they're already signed up, etc., etc. But initially, touch people's hearts, and if you can do that, there's no stopping you. Okay. Yeah, the other thing is that help people, provide them with direction, guide people, and then of course, and I also don't say that you're not doing it because it's a something. I mean, you have a business to run, you have a family to take care of, you have to earn your money. So lead people into the product. Okay, all I'm saying is don't hard sell, but lead people in the product. Okay, do it softly so that people do not go away, or if people say that, okay, I don't need it right now, they don't feel bad by saying it. Okay, I think that's, to me, is the test. If people, when they say no to you, they feel bad about saying no to you, um, I think that's the point that maybe you have hard sold it to those people. But if they are saying softly, or if they are happy saying it, I mean, not in a bad way, that okay, that they're happy to get rid of you, but they are saying that, okay, I don't need it right now, I'll come back to you later, and still make the connect. I think, or maybe I should put it that way, that even if they are saying no to you, they are still happy to connect back with you later. If the channels, if the road or the bridge is still connected, it's not broken as yet, if you are able to reach that point, then I think you have done your job. Then I feel that later on, when this person will need your product, he'll come back. But if you have hard sold it, this is the feature, this is the price, this is the product, this is the discount, why didn't you come now, why didn't you buy it here, etc. This guy will say, boss, I'm fed up with you, don't talk to me ever again, I don't want you. Even if this guy may be wanting it later in the point in time, you've harassed this person so much that he will run away from you. So don't do that, even on social media, even by sending tweets, even by writing posts. You have to balance it. Also, I feel that even though you have competitors and you have a business to run, appear, or at least appear unbiased, or give people unbiased opinion. Okay, or at least appear to be unbiased, and you can help. And also the other trick there is to make people think that they are making the decision and not you. So I always ask people that, are you interested in learning more, uh, stuff like that. And you can say, oh, here is my program, these are 2 parts, here is a program like this, which one do you want, etc. Do you want to do it right now? So you keep asking people, and by asking people, you kindly, you are very nicely guiding them towards uh, your objective. Okay, but don't appear to be biased, pushy, very salesy. Those kinds of things do not work. Okay, and make the people ask. And I think that's the true test, even for social media, wherein, I mean, you have told them so many things, etc., that people want the product rather than you blowing your trumpet and whatever, talking about it. Okay, and this is one of the best things: demonstrate, don't theorize, show, don't tell. Right, so if you have a product, demonstrate how it can be used. Okay, don't show them like here is a free trial, or this is how you can use it, or whatever. Like, show them the thing, and show them how it can be useful to them. Show other people who have used it and how they have benefited from it. Okay, so always demonstrate, show, and don't tell. So this always works. So testimonials, get testimonials, put in real people. Those things will work magic for you. Okay, things that you can show, use cases of your products, customers who have benefit from you, how to do a certain thing, whatever. Always do. Okay, so these were some of the things, some of the tips around how do you operate your social media, what are the things you should do, and what are the things you should not do. Okay. Now coming back to the tactical points. Now, okay, I mean, doing these kinds of content, thinking about what I can give, putting a schedule, rhythm, cadence, etc. is all that good. But how do I get leads? How do I get people's email addresses? How do I get people interested? Etc. So that we can keep reaching out to them, talking to them, and helping them to convert. So here are a few ways in which you can do. So the first thing is gated content. So though a lot of content can be free and it can be given out, but if you have a valuable piece of content, like you've done some research, you've done a white paper, or you've done a great video, like you can put it behind a wall, and you can ask people just to register, and I'm sure people will do that. Okay, a lot of you have registered for this webinar, right? So I'm sure a lot of you can also do the same thing, like put it behind a wall, let people come and register, and if people want it, they will register. Okay, the one of the things I hear people saying is that, look, if I ask people to register, I will not get so many people, so let me make it free for all. No, but that free for all doesn't help. Okay, because at least you need somebody's email ID to reach back to them, to tell them the next thing that you've got, to seek their opinion, whatever it is. Okay, so gate it, that's very important, and that's how you generate your leads. Then there are some of the products, like especially Twitter is great in that. Quora, Reddit, you can do a lot of searches, and some of them can be geo-targeted. For some of us, geo-targeting may not be that helpful. We may have program which is open for a product that anyone can buy. But if you need a geo-targeted, and by geo-targeted, I'm saying that I can say that, okay, how many people around Delhi um, uh, want a mobile phone, or are talking about OnePlus 2, the new mobile phone which is coming out. Okay, so I can see who are those people, I can reach out to them, or who are the people who are talking about it. So I can do those, keep doing those kinds of searches, and I can look at those people, I can reach out to them, and then I can make a connection, show them our products, and then the story goes on. You can do similar kind of searches on Q&A platforms like Quora, like Reddit. You can go there and see if people are talking about this kind of a product. Who are the people who are asking for a digital marketing program, a social media program on Quora, Reddit, Twitter, etc. etc. They've got wonderful searches. Okay, let me say Twitter has got wonderful search. Reddit may do a little better, but all of them have searches. Okay, and you must try and use them. Okay, and figure out who those people are. The other thing is targeted social media listening, right? You can set up alerts, etc., and you can always listen in to what people are saying. And there are some other tools like TweetDeck, etc., on which you can set it up. And whenever somebody is talking about the keywords that you put in, you will get a notification. And then you can see what is the sentiment of people who are talking about you. What are they saying? And this is also a great place to, figure out some kind of service concerns. Are there people who have bought certain thing and are not happy? Or are there people who have bought a competitor's products and who are not happy? You can always pitch them this product, right? But keep listening. So you can set up that, keep listening. Once people talk about you, you can always reach out to them. Okay? So searching and listening are kind of related. But searching is more post facto, that you go out and search. Listening is that you set it up and then you keep looking at the matrix numbers, and then you keep actually reaching out and trying to convince those people. Participate in Q&As. Like you can do a lot of Q&As. Like you can do chat on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. Use forums and Q&A, and wherein you can invite your community, your followers, to come and talk to you about certain the problems that they are facing, or how you can help them solve their problems. So Q&A is another great way to generate leads, get people interested, and stuff like that. Okay. Then finally, and with this, I'm going to end this thing here, is social media advertising. Like all Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter has got great forms of advertising available. Some of these advertising that they do, or some of the advertising ad formats that they have are fairly well suited to lead connection. For example, in LinkedIn, the moment somebody clicks in your ad, you can actually get their LinkedIn profile. Okay. Otherwise, what happens is that you put a banner ad, put a video ad, you put a text ad, people click on those ads, come to the website, then sign up for something, and then you get their IDs and identities. On LinkedIn, the moment they click on your ad, of course, they have to tick a mark or box. If they say, I'm fine with it, then you are going to get their email, LinkedIn profile, along with the email IDs, and you can reach out to them. Okay. So their click equals conversion, or the conversion rates to generate leads are very high. Similarly, Twitter has come up with these Twitter cards, which are really very nice. They are good looking, and they can have a lot of good content. So those are another good ways to, get information, get leads. Same, Facebook has got 9 different types of ads, and you should pick out the ones that suit you for your business and run it. So I do say that social media advertising has worked for me, and I have done it a few times. But you must try it if you have not tried it. LinkedIn also has InMail, wherein you can reach out, write a mail to people directly. And the best thing about InMail is that you get charged only when somebody responds to the mail. So there is no charge, or kind of like, let's say you get 25 email package, which means that that 25 is 25 responses. Okay. If let's say you send out your mail to 25 people, only 10 responded, so you can send out 15 more emails. Okay. Or you can connect to 15 more people. So some of these are very wonderful. So you can do custom targeting there, which means that on Facebook, on Twitter, you can target people by a set of email IDs. Like you have a set of email IDs, you can use that and target only those people on Facebook, Twitter. On LinkedIn, you can target people by the company, where are they working, what is their nature of the work, role, level, etc. So there are very fine ways in which you can actually target these people, and you must use them. That can accelerate your lead generation and sales process. Okay. And also, because especially on LinkedIn and all, like a lot of these profiles are genuine, so there is very less spam as compared to some open platforms like searches, etc., where anyone can search, anyone can click your ad and come to your website. These conversion rates in some of these may just be better. But of course, there are many people, so you have to be very sharply targeted. You have to pick the right ad format, and then you will see those results coming in. Okay, so if you want to learn more, we have more webinars coming up. Okay, and if you realize I did not get into nitty-gritties, I did not get into how do you calculate ROI, what are those 10 tools. So I did not really get into the show part, so that is for that, because that is a content for another webinar that I'm going to do. Okay, and it's going to happen shortly. So keep looking out for an email from me, and sign up, and I'll be very happy to talk to you about some of the tools that you can use on social media, which is going to help your lead generation and sales process. So that's one. Plus, every week I attempt to do at least one webinar. Okay, so you can look forward to hearing from me. At the same time, if there is some topic that interests you and you want to hear from me, leave a comment below. Okay. Also, if you want to know more, like really more on social media, ad formats, etc., I have a very short program, 3 weeks, 3 hours every Saturday, starting this Saturday. So if you want to enroll for that, I'll be very happy to hear from you. My email ID is amitabh@adsforgrowth.com. And if you want to know even more, if you want to learn even more, if you want to learn everything about digital marketing, we have a program for that too. That is going to start on 15th of August, our Independence Day, and that includes everything, like right from search engine optimization, advanced online advertising, SEM, social media, analytics, content marketing, email marketing, and we have added one more special module, which is on mobile marketing. So it's like total overall, which is starting on 15th of August. Again, that is also a weekend program. It's going to happen on Saturdays. So that's it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment at the end of the video. I'm just going to look it up right now, and answer a few of them. The rest of them, be sure that I'm going to reach out to you on email or on the comment section. Okay. But if you have any further emails, questions, you can write to me at amitav@adsforgrowth.com. This is my mobile number. You can call me during the daytime. Um, yeah, so before I end, I'm just going to look up the YouTube page. So please leave your comment, your questions, and I'm just going to look it up right away. Okay, so I don't see any questions right now. So please write it right now. I'll just wait for a couple of minutes more. Okay, so I see some of us are also there on Hangout. So if you have a question, you can also write it on the chat window on the right hand side. So please do that right now. I'm here for another couple of minutes. Okay, so I don't see a question. So like I said, here is my email ID, like amitav@adsforgrowth.com. Please feel free to write in if you have any specific questions, if you have questions about the program that we are doing, and I'll be very happy to help. Okay, so thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you very much.